Hello everybody, today I'm going to be sharing my Strife Elemental Horn set that I've been working on for Title Update 3. First off, to make this build you're going to need quite an array of weapons, as there are better hunting horns for each situation and hit zone matchup, but I'm not getting into them. The primary ones that I recommend for this build are as follows: the Sky Tremor Rumble for thunder, the Sublime Bell for water, the Flicker Blizzard Flute for ice, Horn of the Indomitable Plus for fire, and depending on your curio crafts, I recommend the Visello Kvar Black for dragon until you get one Bloodlust augment on your armor, in which case you should use Grim Joy. Really quickly, because I know there's going to be someone saying there are better horns, there are better horns based on hit zone matchups, but these horns listed are the safest and most reliable to use with this build, while still pumping out some monstrous damage. Onto the armor pieces. You're going to need yourself the Risen Kaiser Helm, the Nephilim Mail and Waist, as well as the Archfiend's gloves and boots. As for the talisman, you'll want a talisman with weakness exploit level 2, and a 2 slot, as well as many level 1s as you can get. Here are the decorations. For the element jewels, you'll want to swap the hard and small element jewels to fit your chosen weapon, as well as swapping in iron shell decoration or flame scale decoration if you can fit it in. With your weapons extra decoration slots, I recommend chain to at least level 1, as it'll be more useful than element exploit in the case that element exploit cannot be taken advantage of from element hit zones not being above 20. Alright, time to go on to the skills this build will give you. Level 7 attack boost for 10 raw attack, as well as 10% more raw attack. Critical eye at level 6 for 30% increased affinity. The respective elements attack at level 5 for 4 element attack, as well as 20% increase to element attacks. Resentment at level 4 for 20 raw attack while you have recoverable health. Crit boost at level 3 to change your critical multiplier to 1.4 instead of 1.25, resulting in much higher critical hits. Weakness exploit at level 3 for 50% increased affinity when attacking monster weak points. Dereliction at level 3 to grant a huge boost to either your elemental or raw attack power depending on what swap scroll you are currently on, ramping up over time as you get more curios circling you. Strife at level 2 to near passively grant you 10% element attack and 10% affinity while you have any recoverable health, and ramping up to 15% if your HP drops below 60%. Horn Maestro, as it's mandatory on every hunting horn build, increasing overall performance speed as well as shockwave damage. And finally, Powder Mantle at level 1 to grant an additional explosion of damage after performing a certain amount of hits to the monster. With Hunting Horn, you can make this skill hit ludicrously hard when you get it, as well as being able to activate it very quickly thanks to the multi-hits from having Silkbind Shockwave active. Alright, so with all these skills out of the way, we've got augments. I somewhat touched on this earlier, but augmenting one level of Bloodlust will allow you to use our best Dragon Element Horn that has a healing melody, but it is 100% not needed, as the Visello Horn will do plenty if you don't want to deal with 2 health draining skills on the other horns. So outside of that, you want to augment in as much attack as you can get your hands on, as there are 7 attack jewels in your set currently. Freeing them up will free up a world of damage and sharpness maintenance skills, as well as more damage through skills like burst and element exploit. While also looking for attack augments, you can fit in quite a few extra slots into your armor pieces, so keep an eye out for slot upgrades as well as extra slots, since getting them unlocked will allow you to get stun resistance, more element damage, or act as if you got an attack augment, changing a level 1 to a level 2 slot. For the weapon augments, it's a little bit simpler. As a general rule of thumb, you can just give all of your horns attack 4, but if you're trying to push your element damage to the max for a monster that is fairly weak to that element, you can run element level 6 with 1 attack boost. On that note, actually, hit zones are somewhat difficult to tell you which scroll you should be on for dereliction boosts, as well as using element boosts on your weapon augments, but a general rule of thumb that I've been following is if the monster's element hit zone is at least 20 or higher, go all in on an element. So be on the red scroll with level 6 element. Otherwise, if the monster is below that element hit zone of 20, you can swap to the blue scroll for a massive boost to raw damage, while still giving very respectable element damage out. Well, that has been my Elemental Strife Hunting Horn set for Monster Hunter. Definitely give this one a try, as it pumps out some stupid damage, as well as being fairly comfortable thanks to the horns chosen. But as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.